Hey everybody, back here on YouTube with another video. Good to see y'all again. So I wanted to give y'all some news. I went ahead today and did early voting. So this is the third time I've done early voting in my life. There's been a lot of talk out there about the voter suppression that black people are experiencing all over the country. So I really wanted to just, take a moment to just unpack some of the things to me that, some people would consider to be suppressive. So when I drove to the polling station to cast my ballot, they had me park in a parking lot. There was a fair amount of room, so I was able to park on the first level. And, I had to walk from the parking garage over to the site to be able to cast my ballot. So that was about a 2-minute walk. It was very interesting because when I got there, they didn't give me any water or anything to eat. Something that many of the people who have been complaining about voter suppression have been saying is that there aren't enough bottles of water being handed out. So that was the first thing. There was no water involved whatsoever. There was no food of any kind. So I get in line. I noticed the only ones handing out any information about the candidates available for voting were people who were supporting the Democratic Party. I didn't see any Republicans standing outside the polling station, which I found kind of odd, but it is what it is. So I get there, I walk in, and you talk about suppression. I was standing behind 3 people who were in front of me in line. Had to wait about a total of 3 to 5 minutes. I mean, you talk about, just standing in anguish, waiting for 3 to 5 minutes in line to cast the ballot. That's crazy right there. I mean, it's just nuts. I mean, who ever heard of standing in line for 3 to 5 minutes to do something? It's just unheard of. It's unfathomable. But then I get on up to the desk, and the lady asks me my information. Doesn't ask me for my ID. So I mean, anybody could have just said they were, Jeffrey Wilson, and then just given my address and just gotten a ballot in my name, and I wouldn't have known anything about it unless, of course, I decided to vote. Which I found very weird. Because the lady also said, wow, there are a lot of Jeffrey Wilsons in North Carolina. I'm like, yes, I'm fully aware there are a lot of Jeffrey Wilsons in North Carolina, so how somebody can just give you my name, my first name, my last name, and my address, and just take my ballot seems more suppressive to me than standing in line for 3 to 5 minutes, but I digress. So she hands me my ballot. Actually, she gives me a paper where I verify my information. Then I walk over to another table and talk about more suppression. One table to another was about 500 feet, so I had to walk 500 feet from one table over to the other to get my actual ballot. So I go and I get my ballot, and then to add more suppression on top of it, they make me walk from one table where I get the ballot over to a booth where I actually have to go over and fill out the bubbles, the little clear bubbles on my ballot. So that took about 10 minutes of my time. So total time of voting, just the voting time, was about 15 minutes altogether. And then to make matters worse, I have to walk out of that booth that I just took the 10 minutes to fill out that bubble, walk over to another table, which took about 30 seconds, a full 30 seconds for me to walk over to. And I have to slide it into a machine for the ballot to process. They couldn't just take my ballot from me and just put it in there. That would have been so much more convenient. No, I actually had to walk over and physically feed the ballot into the machine. And then finally, after that grueling experience of 15 minutes to vote, they gave me this little sticker here. That's the most they could do. No sandwiches, no cookies, no water, nothing. Just gave me this little sticker here that said I voted early. So just to let y'all know out there that I feel your pain. I know how difficult it is to spend 15 minutes to cast a ballot. or stand in line to do something, you know. You shouldn't have to stand in line at all. So they should have just let me, as soon as I walk in there, just walk on up to the table, say I demand a ballot, just handed me a ballot, didn't need to verify any information. You just hand it over to me, I fill it out, or even better, I have somebody else fill it out for me. I shouldn't even have to fill it out. Somebody else should be able to fill it out for me. I just call out the names I want to be filled, and that's it. And then they take the ballot, and then they feed it into the machine. All I do is just tell them what I want, just point at the bubbles, they fill them out, and I just walk out. That would be the easiest form of voting, where I don't even have to fill anything out. That would be one of the best ways to stop this voter suppression stuff they're talking about. Now, in case any of you didn't get what I just did there, that was satire. There is no voter suppression. There's not. Especially not on a wide scale range. In case y'all didn't realize, I am indeed a black man. Surprise, shocker, I am. There was no suppression. Nobody hounded me about who it was I was voting for. Nobody told me I couldn't vote. None of that happened. It was a very quick, very simple process. I was in and out of there in about 15 minutes. Very simple. Everyone was very friendly. So I'm here to tell y'all, don't buy into this suppression nonsense. Go on out there, cast your vote, cast it in confidence, and realize that the media is trying to feed you this suppression nonsense to get you to vote out of fear. Don't do that. Don't vote out of fear. Vote for the candidates that you believe best line up with your values, and make your voices heard so that when we see the results on November 8th, it's a result that all of us can feel confident about. That's all I got for today. Thank you very much for tuning in. Feel free to click the like button, click that subscribe button, and go get you a nice I voted early sticker just like I did if you feel like voting early. If not, go ahead and vote on election day. And once again, they're not suppressing your vote. Make your voice heard. See ya.